Welcome, everyone, to the Digital Focus Podcast. If you're new here, thank you for joining. If you're a longtime listener, as you can clearly see in here, we've had a bit of a rebrand. Initially, our podcast was titled Retail Focus because we're e-commerce veterans and we were interested in talking about e-commerce space as well as retail and technology. However, we noticed that both our interests and our story selections, we tended to focus more on stories related to AI and technology because that's what got us excited. And also, we hope that's what our audience will be excited about as well. So we figured after season 1, 26 episodes, we take the wraps off of our new branding. So now we're known as Digital Focus. As a regular listener, you probably won't notice much of a change in the types of stories we cover because that's where we were headed anyway. We're still keeping our episodes around 30 minutes, keeping it tight and light so you can get in, get out, and get on with your day. As you can see, we have some new branding, some new graphics, brand new studios in downtown Burbank, California. That last part. I'm still in my office in my house, and Bart is in his house up in where are you now? Vermont, Connecticut, New Hampshire,
somewhere upstate,
somewhere up northeast. Yeah. So everything's pretty much the same, just a fresh coat of paint and hopefully a renewed skip in our step. So enough of this nonsense. Let's get on with the show. Bart, for continuity's sake, there's one thing I'm going to keep in the pod, and that is you're going to tell me what your awesome thing for this week is.
not being scratchy or ERs or awesome thing is alive.
Yeah, alive. So we were planning to take a week's hiatus, which became 2 weeks, which became 3 weeks because partially me, partially Bart having some kind of allergic reaction thing going on. And
it was more than that. If you're a guy in the 40s, go get checked out and check your heart out. Bart got 4 stents put into his heart.
Yeah, I didn't want to reveal too much without you.
It's all good.
Bart's had some challenges, but he's all good now. He's all fixed up and ready to rock and roll. So, yeah, that's Bart's awesome thing, being alive. Mine is just soccer. The Bundesliga season starts again Saturday morning, which I'm very excited about. And I also got the opportunity to volunteer next year for the World Cup. Philadelphia is one of the host cities, so hopefully if I pass their rigorous screening and training, I'll be one of the happy volunteers helping folks getting around and also watching some World Cup soccer. So that is very exciting, but we'll see. That's a long way away. We shall see. So let's get on with the show. Perplexity, that up-and-coming AI-powered search startup, has reportedly offered a jaw-dropping $34.5 billion with a B to buy Google's Chrome browser. Yes, you heard that right, $34.5 billion for a company that's currently valued around half that. Talk about aiming for the moon and hitting the sun instead. Now, before you pause the podcast and think you misheard, there's a bit more context here. The whole spectacle unfolds against the backdrop of an antitrust suit where a federal judge could actually force Google to divest Chrome. If that happens, Chrome might be up for grabs, and Perplexity wants in big time. Here's where it gets fun. During court testimony, Perplexity's chief business officer, Dmitry Shelvenko, basically raised his hand and said, yes, we'll buy it, we'll run it fine, without changing or downgrading quality. Kind of like a kid volunteering to babysit the crown jewels. Props for confidence, but a very bold move. So let's be real. That offer is more than twice their actual valuation, funded by some risky VC cash. It's like offering to buy a mansion with someone else's credit card to impress the neighbors. If Google accepts, Perplexity has apparently agreed to invest $3 billion into Chrome and its underlying engine, Chromium, over the next 2 years and keep Chromium as an open source project. It also promised not to change Chrome users' default settings, including their default search engine, meaning Perplexity will not make its own browser Comet the default browser if some users have selected Chrome. The dream is to slide Chrome into Perplexity's ecosystem, blending AI smarts with browsing power. But critics are barking. More AI calling the shots mean more data tracking, not less, and users should buckle up. So is this real? Who knows? Is Chrome for sale? Not yet. Is Perplexity just making a big splash to stand out in the AI pond? Probably. But this drama has the top of tech news written all over it. Bart, your thoughts?
Didn't it just release the browser?
Well, they have Comet, so this is a little confusing to me, but they want to buy, it's based on the Chromium, so I think they want to just own the whole.
Yeah, Chromium as a engine has been around. So is Edge. Like Microsoft Edge is based on Chromium now.
Right.
Which is fine. Safari is the only one. Like literally you have Safari or you have Chromium, right? Because everybody else is based on Chromium. For the most part. I might be wrong about that, but
Now, I don't know about Mozilla. I haven't played with that in ages, and there's a couple other fringe browsers that are out there that I've played around with, but I always seem to wind up coming to the
they're
old.
all based mostly on Chrome
Yeah,
because they're open source. But uh, in reality, is this like a problem?
but I think it's only news because Google might have to divest itself of Chrome because of antitrust. It's
Yeah,
the DOJ, so that's the only reason it's news, I think.
yeah, because that's why they make money on their ad stuff. But like in reality, let's take a step back. Like how many times I've been using a lot more ChatGPT to search for things than just going to the browser.
Same.
Like I've been like literally, I'm just looking back. Like everything goes through a lot of the stuff is like ChatGPT because it just goes through.
Mhm.
But also like the only thing I've looked at is if I'm looking for something like a restaurant or something, I just go to Maps. Right? Like
Yeah. Mhm.
it's kind of funny. Like I don't think I really search Google.
You know what? I use. I hate Facebook, but it does have a utility. I use Facebook to discover new places, and when I find them, I go to their page and I look up their page in Maps, and then my search continues from there. I don't go back to Facebook, and I don't go. I'm in.
I go from Maps to the page itself. Like I don't think I go to Google and go blah blah.
Well, if you know exactly where you're going, see me, it's like I found a place up North Jersey, this little English pub, and I'm like, I got to check this place out, and they have little photos and everything, and I wanted to check it out, so that's how I wound up in Maps.
Yeah, so like if the new places, I moved, so I just open a map and just kind of scroll through things, right?
Do
And
you
I go,
more
oh, I want to kind of explore here. Let me just look through.
right? You're doing your discovery by geography. I understand.
Yeah, because I mean that's usually like if you go up or vacation and stuff like that. I was like, oh, what's my geography? What's the closest or
Sure.
what can I explore? But sometimes I go, here's the area. I just want a coffee shop to work out of for a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, and you start looking. But like between TikTok and like like you say Facebook,
Yeah.
that gives you like a whole bunch. Like I've discovered a whole bunch of places around here through TikTok because somebody was like, oh, this is a new place. I'm like, ooh, I know where this is. Let me.
Yeah. Same.
So like even for Google stuff, I think going through this medical thing that I just went through, most of my stuff was literally going through ChatGPT. Like are these medicines interacting with something, especially last week when I had bad reaction to things, like what should I do? I have a whole thing with just ChatGPT. I don't have it through Google. Like it points you to things. Like
Yeah. Well,
it's
our next story is going to talk about that. But yeah, so Chrome has about 3.5 billion users and holds 68% of the browser market. So this is why the DOJ is coming after them. They filed antitrust against Google in March, claiming it had illegally monopolized the search engine and search advertising markets. Google lost the case and as a potential remedy. The judge, Amit Mehta, suggested that Google, ironic last name, Mehta, suggested that Google could be forced to sell Chrome. So
by the way, let's go back to that. I don't understand that. Sure, Google is the biggest, but there's plenty of search engines out there.
I guess
Are they referencing that Google is like, I remember Firefox, Mozilla made most of their money because they put Google as their search engine.
right.
But there's DuckDuckGo, there's a whole bunch of search engines. Like, I don't like what happens with something like when you search something and it goes into AI world, like that makes no sense.
Well, that's kind of why Reddit's traffic is up now because
People search
a
on
lot,
Reddit.
a lot of people would rather search for real use cases instead of Google is just guessing via AI. Like there's daily in my work, I will be working on a project and I'll be like, how do I clip this path in Illustrator or something? And I'll click on it and Google does a pretty good job of bringing up information. Sadly, some of it is already out of date. Like there was something yesterday I was trying to change something in Canva and Canva had moved this one setting and all the advice was showing me the old version of Canva. And it gets a little frustrating because it's like, no, yes, you gave me an answer, but I still had to search for the true answer because I know the answer you gave me was wrong.
Wrong, right? I find myself because it's ChatGPT right now is still on the Mac and it's that I just like the keystroke and type it in and it just pops it up. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, how do I do blah blah, and it just goes. Like, I don't know when last time I typed that in Google. It's been months now. It's funny how that like the whole operation has changed now.
Yeah, it's true. And like I said, my searches are more limited to software questions or technique questions that I know will take me probably to a clipped YouTube video or something like that, which is
Right. Which
yeah,
ChatGPT will do, right? They were like just goes out and goes, oh, here's the reference things. Click on this reference, right? Here's a
right. And then you get
the
the
reference.
actual reference, right? I'm just again, I'm a mixed bag here because I think Google's doing a good job with the AI search, but as I said, some of it is not always what you're looking for. And
No.
then you wind up drilling down. Like I just and the advertising drives me crazy. I was looking up something and I typed the name of the company without looking, clicked the first link. Well, the first link was took me to their rival.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh great. I just paid for somebody. I just made somebody pay 50 cents for this click and I'm going to click away right away. It's like, it's a pain in the ass sometimes, but I think ChatGPT is going to go that way as well. So buckle up, kids. Yeah, paid search is very lucrative, and we'll see what Perplexity does with this. All right, we're going to go to the next story. We're talking about Google. They're denying their AI-driven click decline, which is kind of wraps into our first story. As a site owner, have you noticed a decline in shifts in visits due to AI in search? I have. Google is saying that their shiny new AI features in search aren't sending web traffic into a tailspin. Nope, there are more clicks to the web, not fewer, according to them. Here's the scoop. Back in early August, Google's head of search, Liz Reed, posted that overall organic click volume from search to websites has been stable year over year, and that click quality, meaning users staying on pages longer, is actually up. In other words, while AI provides quick answers, when people do click, they tend to stick around. She also said people are increasingly clicking on sites with forums, videos, and podcasts where they can hear authentic but cue the skeptical eyebrows from publishers. Many independent reports say otherwise. Some studies point to 25 to 30% drops in referral traffic since Google rolled out AI overviews last year, and no-click searches have reportedly jumped from around 56 to 69%. Nice. Google counters that these outside reports rely on shaky data and one-off examples. They argue the real story is user behavior shifting, not just AI in search, but which websites people seek out. Things like forums, podcasts, videos, authentic hands-on content are getting a boost, while more clickbait-style pages are losing ground. I have no problem with that. And yes, Google's even dropping some tools to help publishers adapt, like micropayments and newsletter integrations, because, hey, they want the web to stay healthy too, or at least they say so. So the bottom line, AI search is basically a superpower that gives both fast answers and still drives engaged click. But the truth might be more people are getting satisfied with just the quick answer, no click needed, and that's shaking up the balance. All pretty compelling evidence that AI is reducing website visits, especially as Google has not provided any data to back up their argument. Instead, it feels like they're trying to refocus publishers' attention on click quality rather than click numbers. What do you think?
I don't know, man. I think overall, I think Google's search results have gone down the drain a long time ago. Like every time you search for something, it gives you ads,
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's
like a wall of ads, and I'm
so
like, I don't want this.
your first five positions on any software searches are the competition.
And then you have like one link that you actually kind of want, and then like more ads, and it's like,
Yeah, and then
what
it's
have
a
we done?
and
What
it's
have
a link
we
from
done?
and it's a link from 5 years ago. Yeah,
I mean, listen, I like marketing and ads, advertising, that makes sense, right? Like it, it's surprising that it hasn't come to voice quicker than it has.
yeah,
I think that's going to happen with AI mostly. Like when you search for tissues, it's going to come up Kleenex, quote unquote type of things. Um, but obviously the money's got to be made somewhere, right? And this has always been the issue everywhere you go. Ads, 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 right? And then people who want authentic things, that's why Reddit is up there, right?
yeah,
Reddit has actually been a lot bigger. So, I mean, it's a you get both sides, right? People want answers, but these companies have to make money somehow. You're not and these companies taught people that they're not going to pay for service, right? Like they're just not, right?
yeah. It's a trained
For
behavior.
internet, but
You're
they're
right.
not going to pay for the service.
That's
So
a great point.
Like something's got to give.
Yeah, so you got to keep the lights on somehow. So that's through advertising. I like I said, I have been relying more and more on Reddit for quality information. Because again, it's authentic voices. It's people who have like beep. Perfect example. I told you last week my battery died in my car, and I got a weird error. It said control valve something. Like I was like, I looked it up. I'm like, oh crap. Right away, I go on, and the first link that comes up Reddit. I'm in a Nissan forum. They answered my question in 2 minutes. It was just a battery issue. It wasn't had nothing to do with the messages. It was just a battery issue. Got a new battery, done and dusted. Cars back to normal.
Yeah, you know, Facebook used to be that.
Yeah,
Back that, right? It used to be that. It changed to whatever it is. It's fine. It has its purpose. It's making money that way, and Facebook is Facebook, right? But I think Reddit has become a bigger play when it comes to solving those kind of issues, no matter what.
definitely more of a utility as opposed to what it was originally, just bunch of jerks making memes.
Yeah, and it became, the subreddits became, you can find a subreddit for everything now, right? So
Everything.
there's topics and like it's the original bulletin board.
Uh-huh.
You remember like bulletin boards back in the day and forums and stuff like that. It's became the forum, right? Man, forums. Oh my God.
Yeah,
But
I remember the boards we used to be belong to, the Panma board and all that kind of stuff.
like back in the day when you like there's no browser, you just did it in the terminal.
Oh God.
I'm old.
Yeah, BB. What was it? BB.
With BB board of some kind. Oh my
BB
God.
board. Oh,
And
I used to be on them
I was
all the time.
vanilla and
Oh my God, I used to be on that crap all the time.
back in the day. But Reddit has its place now.
Yeah, you know what? And Reddit advertising now is becoming more of a like people are saying, don't put your money on Facebook, put it in Reddit because that's where your users are. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you're in a niche, go to Reddit. Why would you be on Facebook? You got because they get to find your page, and every time you look up something on Facebook, it's like, okay, tell me about the Oyster Bar. I get a post from like 8 years ago. Yeah, Oyster Bar's having oysters on Wednesday night in 2018.
Yeah.
I'm like, nah, that's not what I want. It's not what I need.
I just want an answer to what I need. Or,
Right. It's crazy. All right. Speaking of nostalgia,
oh boy.
pour one out for another true internet dinosaur. After more than 30 years of faithfully squealing, hissing, and beeping its way into our hearts, AOL is officially hanging up its dial-up internet service. Yep, the OG gateway to the web, the one that made us wait a solid 45 seconds just to see a grainy JPEG of Pamela Anderson, will go dark on September 30th, 2025. So let's rewind. AOL first launched dial-up back in 1991. That's before most people had email, before Google existed, and when a stream was still just something with water in it. By the mid-90s, AOL was the place to be online. Chat rooms, instant messaging, and of course the immortal "You've Got Mail." They even mailed us millions of those shiny CDs that we all used as coasters, and some people made curtains out of them, and yeah, amazing. But then broadband happened. Faster speeds, no busy signals, and the ability to use your phone and the internet at the same time. Who would have thunk? As time passed, AOL's user base shrank from millions to a tiny but loyal crowd. Think rural area, nostalgia diehards, or people who just never got around to canceling their subscription. Now, at this shutdown, a small slice of America will need to find a way online. As of 2023, around 163,000 U.S. households were still using it as their only internet connection. And for the rest of us, it's an end of an era, a reminder that even the tech that shaped our world eventually logs off. The shutdown joins other recent retirements of early web icons like Internet Explorer and Skype. AOL Messenger shut down in 2017, and today, AOL itself is part of Yahoo, owned by Apollo Global Management. For those who remember, it's the end of a chapter in internet history. So goodbye, dial-up. You taught us patience, the value of a good progress bar, and that sometimes the journey, full of screeches and pings, is just as memorable as the destination. Man, I got a lot of memories about AOL.
Oh man. Oh man.
So I remember when I had my jobby job back in the 90s, I was working in the corporate world, and I got them to pay for my monthly AOL dial-up. So I had an office in early 90s that had internet. And boy, did I waste a lot of time in that. Yeah. But you know what? It was really interesting time. And what was the Apple one? eWorld?
I don't remember that. I
eWorld.
wasn't. I mean, I wasn't Apple fanatic till later.
eWorld was an online service operated by Apple between June 94 and March 96. The services include email, news, software installs, and
Yeah, I don't remember what that was, but
a bulletin board system. Users
funny
of
thing.
eWorld were often referred to as e-people.
Eh, funny thing, I've never had AOL.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow. So eWorld was pretty
And
cool.
I had local ISP all the time at home. So when it was all come out, I remember what it was, but I had all local stuff. The one I had was based out of Jersey at some point.
And there was a couple Philly-based ISPs I remember. What was
Mhm.
the big one? Liberty something?
Yeah, Liberty was like everybody was trying to put
Liberty
in
Net.
lines and stuff like that. Yeah, I had dial-up for a long time. I had DSL for a hot minute when Verizon started doing that.
Okay, so my internet journey is AOL. So I had AOL at work and I used the same login. So I put an extra line in my apartment. So I was AOL guy until I bought my house and then I got Earthlink.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And the great thing about Earthlink was they were trying to get DSL, but it didn't quite work out in the Philly area the way I had hoped.
Yeah.
But when I switched over, I tried to switch over and then they told me it wasn't available. They switched my subscription and forgot to bill me for like 7 years. So I had Earthlink ISP for free for like 7 years until it went away. I never got caught. It was their fault.
Yeah. Remember Net Zero?
Yeah.
Had that for a while.
So that was ad based, right?
Yeah, you had to watch a few ads before
Had to watch ads on the
line. Yeah,
browser thing,
free.
right?
Yeah. That was a whole thing, man. That was just those days, man. I made my parents put another line in because it was just funny. Then I just rewired the whole house. Yeah, those days were interesting. I don't know what's better. Like, I think for a while, I'm like, I wish we had those days because they just had to plug in stuff. Wi-Fi wasn't really readily available yet. You had to just dial in on everything. It was so much easier to do.
Let me tell you, I've got so many phone lines run through this house that are snipped and hidden behind the walls because
Me too. Yeah, I had to rewire like half the house lately, and that's just like back in the day. And now it's like so prevalent and like fast speed on the phone that it's just like insane what we had
you kids today don't know how easy you have it.
14 dude 14.4
14.4, you're a rock
back in the
star.
day. No,
And I got a 14.4 modem, dude. Check it out.
and then you went to 28 and then
28.8.
then we got to 56. That was fun.
56K modems, baby.
That was like flying, man. When Amazon was when Netscape was still gray and Amazon was just a bookstore.
Just a bookstore, and Jeff Bezos was working on his desk made of a door, and he had a spray painted sign on his wall.
Oh man, you kids have no idea how.
Welcome to Grumpy Old Man Tech Podcast, where we take nostalgic travels down the internet highway.
Oh man, you had to wait for that picture to come down.
And it's like, oh, Pamela Anderson. Oh, she's got clothes on. Damn. And the best was when you would share memes, you'd share memes through email. And it's like, oh, why is he sending me a 7 megabyte email? And
I mean, meme
when he
wasn't a yeah, man. That wasn't a thing. Like it was just pictures of things. People were like, whoa.
Yeah. Boy.
Remember when we did like dot matrix pictures?
Look, oh, I went down the shore and I got a dot matrix picture of myself.
Like no resolution on anything.
Oh no, man.
Sorry guys, this is like a nostalgia.
Yeah, we're getting a little teary-eyed and nostalgic here. All right, where are we at? We're at 30 minutes, so we're going to wrap it up. That's it for this week. We hope you learned something, but if not, at least you wasted some time. We'll be back next week with more questionable advice and unsolicited opinions. If you enjoyed this episode, please rate, review, and subscribe. If you prefer the video experience, you can check out the YouTube channel. I've switched everything over to digital focus. It's still in the same spot, so carry on. And lastly, check us out on the socials. We're not on Bluesky yet, but we are on Twitter and Facebook, and I'm going to set up a TikTok probably this weekend. You can sign up for our newsletter where you get extended show recaps and behind the scenes info on the show. Links are in the show notes. Bart, closing thoughts.
Oh, nostalgia was good. I mean, kind of apropos that we changed the name of the
I
podcast.
think I might start including a nostalgia segment into this because yeah, we can really go down some rabbit holes, and I hope you people find it interesting because it makes us a little sad.
And we've been doing this for so long. It's so funny to
All right. We'll
But-
see you on the internet next week. Until next time, may your internet be fast, your video calls be clear, and your mute button always work when you need it most. Peace. Peace out.
What do you do now,